Okay, so always endeavoring to send the day hikers out on the trail with enough gear to actually survive if something happens. So today we're going to look at my bare bones Altoid 10 survival kit specifically for day hikers. Okay, so what all do we have in this thing? You can see it's all zipped together, and what I did was I actually used one of these little Modl straps that's adjustable that you can kind of pick and choose, because this is something I can reuse. It's going to have a lot more functionality instead of using something like these little Ranger bands, which do come in super handy, but I want something with a little more functionality on here. So these little Modl straps are actually pretty slick. If you haven't checked those out, they come in a lot of different sizes, and you can just you can pull those to fit. But this is what I'm using to hold it all together. Crack this thing off of here. See what all's inside. All right, so you notice there's really kind of two main compartments here. This first one is just a thermal emergency blanket, but then inside of here, I also have one of these single-use battery chargers that's by Batterix. It's just a one-time charge. It's not much thicker than like an actual credit card. They're pretty small, and if I can keep them dropping it, they're pretty small, and it's enough to get me about half of a charge on my iPhone, somewhere in that neighborhood. But it's just a little single-use item, and I just have it tucked inside here, and keeps that safe. And I left it in the package just to help kind of keep it dry in case I got wet. That little package zips down closed. And so I just tuck that inside of here and have all that strapped to the back of my kit there. So that inside of my tin, I tried to cover as many of the little basics, stuff that I would need in a pinch. So inside here, I just have a strip of the aqua tabs for water purification. I prefer these over the iodine tablets, but still rather filter, but that's my aqua tabs. I have a little bit of jute right here just to help starting my fire if it's inclement weather and all that fun stuff. This stuff lights really easy when you take it and fluff it out. So I got that stuff out there. I actually had it threaded, if you noticed, had it threaded through this spool of dental floss. Use this as my cordage to kind of tie stuff off if need to. It's not super strong, but I'm also not tying off anything that's super heavy. But the heaviest thing I would possibly be tying off here is my Mylar blanket, just to do some impromptu sheltering. So this is strong enough to hold that. So other little odds and ends down in here. I have just one mini bic over here for my fire lighting. That's kind of the first line of defense for that. Going along with my jute up here for my tinder, I do have one little small strip of fat wood. Just kind of helps bridge that gap and gives me something to light my fire easily, and then something that kind of prolongs my fire. I have one Rite in the Rain ink pen. It just flips over, and I have a full-size pen. It's nice and small and compact. Actually, I like this one a lot. And I like a lot of times with these, they're super small, but this one actually pulls out to a full-size pen. Have one of the small chem lights, and you can see to make it actually fit inside this tin, I had to cut the little nubbin off at the top that helps you hang it. So it is just one chem light. It's going to be enough for one night out. Hopefully I'm not ever having to emergently spend more than that out there. I do also have one Orion emergency whistle. I took the lanyard off of here. It just took up too much room. These things are pretty loud. I liked the flat profile of it. It fit nicely into my tin. I also have this little turtle compass from Sun. It's not the greatest thing in the world. It's kind of made to go on your watch band. It's not the greatest button compass in the world, but it's pretty darn accurate, pretty responsive. It's definitely not my favorite compass, but it would do for a backup. Also have just one sheet of paper down here. Actually, 2 sheets of paper, 3 sheets of paper. I had more paper than I realized I had. This is just to go along with my pen here in case I'm needing to make notes for myself, whether it's my navigational notes or I'm leaving a note for someone else. That's intended to go with my pen. Couple little safety pins in here just because you never know. Got couple of these lifeboat matches in here. I've used a couple of them out of here, but I need to go through and replenish my stock. And then I've got the striker for them up here. It's just embedded into the top of the lid. It's just kind of that second line of defense for getting my fire. And then I have a little bitty, because I wanted at least some little blade in here. I have the little bitty ceramic knife that's in here, super tiny. It is razor sharp, and it's just nice to have at least some other little small size blade in case you're needing to do some small stuff. Got these little gaskets on here. I try to keep on here because they keep it from opening up accidentally. And then outside of that, that's everything other than just the tin. So you guys can see in a relatively small, compact package, I've got a good little bit of stuff covered in here. I've got some easy made fire. I've got some impromptu sheltering here, the ability to take some notes, leave some notes, a little bit of lighting, some signaling, in a pinch a blade, a little bit of land navigation, some gear repair, and the ability to recharge my phone if need be. So I'm covering a lot of the basics. There's no excuse for going out into the woods without having something to take the edge off if trouble arises. Okay, hopefully you found that beneficial. I'm a firm believer that everybody can carry something with them out on the trail that's going to help in that unfortunate event that something, our plans kind of go awry. So definitely, before you go out there, take a little time to prepare and go out there safely so that you can do it again the next time.